London, autumn of 2018. Early sunlight filtered through the windows of Class 11B at Kensington International High School, the maple trees outside lining the corridor ablaze in crimson across one corner of the courtyard. Today was the first day of the new school year. Students hurriedly updated their timetables and library cards while greeting old friends. 17-year-old Liam Johnson strode into the classroom with his Dior backpack slung casually over one shoulder. He was already famous for his all-round academic excellence, math, physics, and chemistry. He always topped his grade. But today, he nearly tripped over a neatly arranged row of desks when his gaze landed on a girl laughing with her friend. 16-year-old Mia Becker, with shoulder-length blonde hair and a delicately shy face, sat in the back row beside her twin sister, Lena Becker. The moment Liam saw her, his heart felt as though it would leap right out of his chest. What is this feeling, he wondered. The only answer he could find was, love at first sight. Regaining his composure, Liam straightened his blazer and quietly took his seat, but his eyes never left Mia. Inside him, a determination flared. He would pursue her. Within weeks, Liam found an excuse to approach Mia during literature class, her weakest subject. He sat beside her one afternoon and asked gently, "Mia, did you understand why the protagonist did that in yesterday's reading?" Mia hesitated, but looking into Liam's warm eyes, she managed a shy smile. "Could you explain it to me? I'm a bit lost." Thus began their unofficial tutoring sessions. They met in the empty classroom after fourth period or lay on the grass before the library. Liam patiently explained each grammar structure. Mia listened eagerly and practiced immediately. In turn, Mia introduced him to European culture through French poetry and classical music, deepening Liam's admiration. Before long, they realized their feelings had grown beyond friendship. One breezy October afternoon, when Mia burst into tears over a disappointing math test, Liam gently wiped away her tears and whispered, "Don't be sad. I believe that if we keep trying, anything is possible." Mia looked at him quietly, placed her hand on his cheek, and suddenly stole a quick kiss. It was the beginning of their secret romance. Mia was born into a German family. Her mother, Professor Margarita Becker, valued academic achievement above all. She had twin daughters, Lena, who excelled at everything, and Mia, whose grades were only average. From childhood, Margarita never stopped comparing them. "Lena always gets top marks, but Mia, you need to work harder." Those cold comparisons seeped into Mia's soul. She kept her relationship with Liam hidden, afraid of adding to her burden of shame. Fortunately, Liam never mocked her. He constantly encouraged and helped Mia with her homework. In return, Mia inspired him creatively, helping him balance study and life. By spring of 11th grade, after surviving midterm pressures together, Liam and Mia sat on a stone bench beneath a maple tree in the schoolyard, their hands brushing. Liam held Mia's hand tenderly. "You know, I hope we both get into the same university in England so we won't have to be apart." Mia's eyes sparkled as she smiled. "Me too. Promise?" "Promise. Promise we'll try our best together." Together. To them, that promise was not just an academic goal but proof of their new love. The final weeks of 11th grade flew by in a whirlwind of exams, the farewell dance, and pale sunlight filtering through the old oak outside Kensington. Liam and Mia still snuck off to the study room to revise, sharing hot cocoa and shy smiles. One Friday afternoon after math class, Mia dashed off her backpack and ran for the empty classroom to find Liam, only to discover her mother, Margarita, standing silently in the doorway, watching. She saw Mia lean over a desk, plant a quick kiss on Liam's cheek, then pull back, blushing. "Lena!" Margarita shouted, and Mia jumped to her feet. Lena rushed in to see their mother grabbing Mia's phone, the screen showing a message from Liam. "Have you finished the geometry section? I'm waiting for you here." Margarita exhaled sharply, pain and anger flashing in her eyes. "This is enough. What do you think you're doing?" Mia tried to pull her mother's hand away, tears welling in her eyes. "Mom. I didn't do anything wrong." Liam and I were just helping each other study. But Margarita would not listen. Clutching Mia's phone, she snapped, "Love can wait until university, not now. He's so much smarter than you, you'll only hold him back. I never agreed to this from the start." The next morning, Mia awoke to silence. Her twin sister's text read, "Tomorrow at 8 a.m., Mom's taking us to a new school." A chill ran through Mia. She knew her mother had carried out her plan. When Margarita drove them to the gates of East London Academy, Mia hugged Lena tightly. "Don't be sad. We'll be fine, right?" Lena patted her back gently. "I will. I just wish I could see Liam every day." Mia nodded, heart shattered, but the car pulled away before she could say more. All through 12th grade, Mia and Lena attended a school more than 20 kilometers away. Mia no longer had lunch breaks waiting beside Liam on the courtyard bench. Whenever she thought to call, she only dared send a few words, "Miss you." Liam replied, "Me too." Then they fell silent, afraid Margarita might overhear. For the first time in weeks, Liam went to the small post office near Mia's house to mail a handwritten letter. His shaky words recounted their first meeting, the promise under the maple tree, and their dream of entering Cambridge together. Mia receded during class, hands trembling as she read, "My dearest Mia, I still remember your smile last autumn. Even though we're miles apart, I believe that as long as we keep our promise, the day we meet again will come soon." Tears streamed down her cheeks as Mia whispered, "He's still waiting. I must study my hardest." All of 12th grade became long days at her desk. She set herself the goal of achieving A-level scores high enough to join the same faculty as Liam. Lena helped Mia with math, Mia tutored Lena in English and history. Together, the twins formed an unbeatable team. Meanwhile, Liam, though his heart ached from missing Mia, retained his status as the school's top student. He spent every weekend afternoon in the city library, revising and drafting his dissertation. In June 2020, before A-level results were announced, Mia returned alone to Kensington, the place of so many memories. She stood before her old school gate, gazing at the benches where she and Liam once studied. A summer breeze rustled the maples. She closed her eyes and whispered, "I will meet you in Cambridge." In a distant library, Liam folded the last letter. He sighed, but his eyes shone with hope. All the effort will be worth it. In autumn 2020 at the University of Cambridge, the matriculation ceremony was held in King's College Chapel under golden sunlight. Hundreds of new students gathered to hear the provost's welcoming speech. Amid the crowd, 19-year-old Liam Johnson, tall and composed, looked up at the soaring windows, his heart pounding. "Soon I'll see Mia." Mia Becker, after a year of hard work, finally wore her bachelor's gown. She walked onto the main stage with a radiant gaze. While groups of friends buzzed around her, she searched only for one familiar face. Suddenly their eyes met across the rows, and both smiled. Time seemed to stand still. On her first day of term, Mia headed to the Fellows' Garden to find her dormitory. A familiar voice called, "Mia?" She turned and saw Liam there with a warm smile. Overcome with emotion, she ran and threw her arms around him. "I've missed you so much," Liam said. "Me too," Mia whispered. Hand in hand, they strolled across the campus. Autumn sunlight drifted through the falling leaves, casting a warm glow on the young couple. On the way, they vowed to support each other not only academically but throughout university life. During orientation week, Liam and Mia joined the Cambridge Debate Society and the English Literature Forum. Liam, between seminars on development economics, he competently debated and consistently earned Speaker of the Week. Mia, she found a new passion in 19th-century English literature. Whenever they discussed Wordsworth's poetry or Austen's novels, Mia shone with her insightful remarks. Each evening they studied together in Wren Library until late, Liam explaining Keynesian theory while Mia helped analyze character motivations in Pride and Prejudice. The soft tapping of keys and the scent of old books crystallized a feeling of completeness in their lives. In their second year, academic and extracurricular pressures occasionally strained them. Liam won a summer research scholarship at Oxford under a renowned professor, while Mia remained at Cambridge to complete her modern literature thesis. The distance worried them. Every weekend they video called. Liam, Oxford, I've finished the first chapter of the report. How about you? Mia, Cambridge, I've drafted the character analysis, just need the conclusion. I miss you. Some nights, Mia stayed up rewriting her final sentences. Liam encouraged her by message. They learned to share each burden so that love would not become an obstacle. In June 2023, Liam defended his final research with outstanding results. Mia, after her thesis defense, graduated with first-class honors. Their graduation ceremony took place in St. John's College Chapel. Clad in their gowns, they clasped hands and walked onto the stage to receive their degrees. Fireworks lit up the Cambridge sky, celebrating their perseverance and fidelity. After the ceremony, Liam knelt on the grass and opened a small box. Mia Becker, will you marry me? Tears of joy fell down Mia's cheeks. She nodded and threw her arms around Liam as family and friends applauded. Back in London, the newlyweds began planning their future. Liam applied to a top financial consultancy to work on sustainable development projects. Mia launched a literary blog sharing analyses and study tips, while working as a teaching assistant at a prestigious language center. Their civil marriage registration on September 15, 2023, took place at Camden Town Hall. They invited family and close friends for a small reception under the maple tree outside the Riverside restaurant. Gifts were few, but heartfelt. Wishing you both journey hand in hand as you build your home. From shy glances in Class 11B through family turmoil, geographic separation, and academic pressure, Liam and Mia had reached a new chapter, love and career hand in hand. After their intimate Camden ceremony, they moved into a rented loft in Islington, London, warm and bright, with floor-to-ceiling bookshelves, the perfect setting for their next chapter. Liam at Atlas & Company. In his first week, he joined the Green Energy Development for Manchester project. His role was to analyze financial data and propose sustainable investment models. Lacking field experience, he faced huge pressure, mismatched figures and heavily revised reports. But Mia, now a language center teaching assistant, always listened, encouraged him, and discussed issues over late-night emails. Mia's literary blog takes off. Mia spent weekend mornings writing for Becker's Book Nook, offering deep dives into modern novels with video guides on reading comprehension. Her post Jane Eyre and the Journey to Self-Discovery drew thousands of views. Soon the Language Center invited her to host a live workshop, marking her evolution from teacher to literary influencer. 3 months later, their blog and teaching earnings were modest, while London's rent and living costs soared. One winter evening, Liam came home early from the office, his eyes shadowed. The Manchester project is indefinitely delayed. The firm is pulling investment, we'll lose the bonus. Mia squeezed his hand, meeting his gaze. We passed hundreds of university exams and survived a year apart. We'll get through this crisis too. They decided to invest their £15,000 savings in a deposit on a small studio in Tottenham. They would let it on Airbnb and use the income to cover the mortgage and repay consumer loans. This marked a turning point, from renting to owning. They transformed the studio with pastel walls, arranged bookshelves, and hung Cambridge landscapes. They photographed it themselves and built a rental website. Within the first month, bookings filled every day, revenue covered the mortgage and left extra to pay down debt. Encouraged by this success, Mia invited blogger friends to contribute, morphing Becker's Book Nook into the multi-author Becker and Friends. Liam proposed acquiring another studio in Hackney under the same model. Spring 2024 brought surprise news: Mia was pregnant. The joy was overwhelming but also daunting. They were about to become parents and needed to plan finances and time. They established a schedule. Mornings, Liam at work, Mia teaching students online. Afternoons, both managed their Airbnb listings and blog updates. Evenings, at least 1 hour of family time, reading stories to each other and to the baby. Tensions arose, Mia exhausted from long lessons, Liam caught up in a new project and forgetting to check in. They quickly realized that communication and a flexible timetable were key. Mia rested when tired, Liam handled booking emails on her behalf. On September 3, 2024, baby Oliver cried his first breath into the world. His name reflected ambitions as vast as the ocean. Liam took 2 weeks off to care for his wife and child. Mia took a month's maternity leave before returning to teaching. Oliver grew up surrounded by literature and financial charts. He heard Wordsworth each night and gazed at maps of green energy projects. His parents read him the opening of Pride and Prejudice every evening. By 2025, spring returned to London, cherry blossoms blooming along Regent's Canal. In their little Tottenham home, Liam, Mia, and Oliver filled the space with laughter. After 2 successful Airbnb studios, they reinvested profits to buy a 3-story mini building, each floor a studio flat. This laid the foundation for Green and Words, a brand marrying sustainable real estate investment with literary inspiration. Liam used his finance expertise to optimize cash flow and manage loans carefully. Mia organized bookstay experiences, guests stayed while attending her literature workshops. The guest list grew. Green and Words gained media acclaim for its humane, community-driven business model. On Oliver's 2nd birthday, Mia and Liam hosted a small garden party, inviting Margarita and Lena. Watching their grandson scamper among the books, Margarita, tearful yet proud, said, "When Margarita was young, I'd read in the garden too. I'm so happy both my daughters found their own happiness." It was the moment she realized how harsh she'd been to Mia. She embraced her daughter, whispering apologies and blessings. Despite busy schedules, the couple always prioritized family time. Weekends, trips to Hyde Park, where Oliver swung and flew kites. Evenings, Liam and Mia read bedtime stories in different voices so Oliver could distinguish. Their unity kept love strong. November 2026 brought a global economic downturn that hit London tourism. Green and Words saw a sharp decline in bookings, and Atlas & Company began staff cuts. Liam worried. Mia suggested pivoting to stay and study, combining short academic courses in literature or finance with lodging. Drawing on her teaching and market analysis, she negotiated with educational partners to create unique experience packages. The bold shift paid off, bookings rebounded, and, newly popular with corporate groups for team building, Green and Words even launched audiobooks and knowledge-sharing podcasts. For the first time, Liam took Mia's hand and said, "Without you, I wouldn't dare take risks." "And without you, I wouldn't be confident," she replied. They knew their greatest strength was their faith in each other. By 2028, Oliver was 4 and starting preschool. Weekends were for reading Dickens, Shakespeare, and Woolf to him. They dreamed of building a small home library where Oliver, and any guest, could freely browse and read. Mia expanded her blog into the digital magazine Green and Words Review, attracting contributions from writers and scholars. Liam published a book on sustainable investment and community development, based on their real-world experience. It became a respected finance reference. Over the years, Green and Words grew beyond a business. It became a symbol of love, loyalty, and the desire to create lasting value. Christmas 2029 found London blanketed in snow, the city aglow with festive lights. The family gathered by their fireplace. 5-year-old Oliver eagerly decorated the tree and helped wrap gifts. Margarita and Lena flew in from Germany, filling the home with laughter. Raising her glass, Liam toasted, "To the love that brought us here." Mia smiled and replied, "To the journeys we've taken and the dreams ahead." In that moment, the two who once secretly loved in Class 11B had become lifelong partners, colleagues, and devoted parents, proving that true love is the lever that helps us overcome all obstacles, and that the greatest legacy is the value we pass on to the next generation.